Hey everyone, and welcome to Signals from the Frontline, your every Wednesday live broadcast brought to you by Frontline Gaming. We are your hosts, Kicker, the Chief of Zero, and Sigilate of the FLG, and I'm Seth the Mad Dog, your once again Orky competitive correspondent. Kicker, how you doing, bud?
Guys, this is the LVO show. LVO is next week. The entire Frontline Gaming group of judges, staff, volunteers, grunts, everyone, streamers, everyone has been focused, working nonstop for literally months to get to this point. Next week, LVO, and baby, I've been going nonstop working on it. Focus, and kind of out of breath. But it's important to tell you that I still care about the hobby and I still play. Just a few days ago, I kicked some ass.
He's literally required to.
Huh? Oh yeah,
required every week.
required to. I did run a very unoptimized, mainly tank list a couple days back against a bunch of demons. I got my ass kicked, but I had fun. There we go. There you can see all those tanks on the table. Yeah, I ran like 11 tanks and some infantry, and it was a lot of fun. It was like hellhounds too, so a bunch of random crap, but 11 vehicles on the table. Lots of fun. And I still got some hobby time in, like on the painting side. Let's show off these fancy photos of my Taurox. Yeah, there's last week I showed it in production, and now this is finished. This is my finished. I call it my beast. I named my actual van is named a beast. It's the same color. It has a blackout hood. I kind of matched them. We should probably tell people, Seth, if you're listening to our podcast, you should be watching us live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, especially this episode, because there's going to be a lot of video content going along with all the information.
But if someone's listening, that means it's after now.
Yeah, well, they can go back and watch like the YouTube video.
They could go back. They could go back and watch
the YouTube video. Yeah, this is an important one.
But
more importantly, we have a very fun, energetic chat that is super involved, and we will be taking a lot of questions today because of the LVO next week.
Correct.
Seth, what have you been up to, dude?
Nothing.
I
actually didn't get much. I did hobby, but it wasn't in the traditional sense of hobby. I started, I said last week I was knocking off the dust from my old YouTube channel. So I did some filming and some editing, kind of,
plug this channel.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Seth the Mad Dog. That's my orc channel. I'm bringing it back. So I've been trying to do a little bit of content over there, so you can check that out. And then I have started work on some more orcs paint wise, but they aren't ready for camera time yet.
Seth is going back to his roots, people. This is great. This is great. And for those of you that have never watched Seth the Mad Dog on his channel, this is the premier information for all orky things, And
I try to do event vlogs. I won't vlog. I will be filming at LVO, but I won't be vlogging for my channel. I'll be filming for FLGN. So
yeah, Seth and Dustin Henshaw will be our floor correspondents throughout the LVO, and so you will be running around that hall. Seth, we got a lot to talk about this week, so we're going to go straight into industry news, kind of get that out of the way, guys. Very important. The Astra Militarum are up for pre-order this weekend. Yes, you've waited a long ass time, but finally the regular normal codex, not the box edition codex, the regular codex is coming out along with the Dorn. The Dorn is just a gorgeous tank. Yeah, the Dorn, the big brand new shiny tank. The heavy weapons teams, which are on a new base size, are coming out as well, and they have some really fun little poses. You got Lord Solar, you got Creed, so you got some new characters. The rest of the stuff, we're talking about the cavalry, we're talking about some of the other characters, the Commissar, the Karskin. Those will be coming out later on. They're not this week, but at least you get the codex, and we can start bringing this stuff to tournaments.
Hey, someone in chat points something else out, Tech Priest, that's coming out next week. Did you see what Dorian said, Tech Priest?
What did he say?
He said the Combat Patrol for World Eaters comes out next week.
Ooh.
I don't know if the Combat Patrol comes out, is it?
Yeah, I'm not.
That's what he's saying.
This is news to me.
Yeah, that's news to me. I think you're Dorian. I think.
Or is Dorian saying the Combat Patrol goes up on pre-order next week?
That
maybe.
I don't know. Sounds kind of rumory, Dorian. I believe that if there was solid World Eater news, that Tech Priest Dicky would know it. But we do have a super chat.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Mark Murphy is asking you, Kicker, what is the ETA on the wing-ding dice?
On the wing-ding dice. Seth, can you give a little background?
I had to explain the wing-ding dice.
Please explain these dice.
Yeah. So, in case anyone didn't see, on Signals, on Grim this week, they had a contest to make the worst dice, and Danny won by making dice, but instead of numbers, it's the wing-ding symbols for the numbers 1 through 6, and it is truly horrible.
They're so awful.
Yeah. Honestly, when that was posted in the Facebook group, I had no idea what that was even referencing. And then Seth filled me in. And yeah, those dice are wonderfully epic. Mr. Last name Murphy, didn't catch his first name. What was his first name?
Mark.
Mr. Mark Murphy. I am already starting to see if this is possible. Frontline Gaming does make its own dice. Those are those gorgeous dice you'll be seeing at the LVO as well as other events. So we have the capability, we have the technology. The problem with those specific wingding dice is that we literally have to make each side a custom engraving, which makes those dice very expensive. So
because like most custom dice, you get this, they already pre-make the 1 through 5 sides,
exactly,
and then they're doing the 6th side kind of per order.
We already stamped the little pips 1 through 5. It's now suddenly having to create basically 6 custom molds for some dice that, I don't know how many people would actually want these dice. So if you're in chat,
we can make them an expensive collector's item.
There you go. All right. You know what? Maybe that should be a way to donate to the FLGN. Yeah, you donate a certain amount of money to the FLGN.
But to be clear, they are 100% not legal for use in FLG events. We've got
another super chat.
Looks like super chat from John Q, who might be John Quinnell from Grim, but he didn't say anything.
What is John saying?
He's probably just supporting the show.
Mark has the best. Can you put a price on hitting on cabinets, folders explode?
You know what the best part of it was? They didn't actually know what any of them meant, so they just kind of guessed.
No, because Danny tried to start guessing, and then
it was completely wrong.
I think John or Val actually looked it up, and they were both just utterly wrong.
Yeah.
Oh well. I mean, I think that we could try to make this happen. It might have to be a special limited edition thing, but what the hell? It looks like something that we need to.
Chad also says, Brendan Green says, if anyone likes to waste cash on plastic, it's us.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Very,
you're kind of right there. I don't like it when you speak that kind of truth, Brendan.
You know what though, guys? Let's think about it though. Dice are something that we all really, really love. I'm not talking about even the FLG dice, but look at the GW dice. Those dice sell out. Every single faction, those dice sell it immediately. Yep. The guard dice are going up for sale this weekend, or pre-order this weekend. Those dice will sell out. It's just people like dice and are willing to pay a little bit of money for.
My wife compared 40K gamers and dice like women to purses.
Yeah, perfect.
Because we always have to have the matching one for the army, and then we found a new one that matches the army better. No,
Seth, you're 100. It is an accessory. It's a fashion accessory for your army. We need consistency.
Because she was like, "Why do you have so many dice?" And I was like, "Well, this and that, and this and the other." And she was like, "It's just like purses." I was like, "Huh."
Yeah,
you can't roll a purse. That's ridiculous.
Have you tried? I bet you they make dice-shaped purses.
I mean, I see the extension of this, Seth. There will be matching dice bags or matching purses eventually for your dice, so that we have the entire wardrobe.
We're getting meta now.
Seth, really fast. We haven't done this in a while. Is there any rumors, new releases, any sort of rules that we need to kind of address, or should we just hold off to after LVO before we talk about it?
This is my time to shine. This is my time to shine.
Interception.
Is our tech priest?
Priest? I don't have a tech priest today because I was too tired, so I just didn't want to.
Tech priest and I both really had to struggle to not take a nap. But there is a World Eaters battle report.
Yes. Okay, so if you love World Eaters, you gotta get this battle report into your. So they leak so many rules that have
real fast. Yeah. This is a GW battle report. So
this is on Warhammer Plus.
Cool.
At Warhammer Plus. So it's World Eaters versus Grey Knights. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too much, but Angron dies 3 times and resurrects 3 times. Yes. Boom.
My inner Gazgul is really upset right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, just because I'm so naive, because I just, happy-go-lucky, don't know about the chaos guys, the demons, the angry ones. Seth, Rich, Tech Priest, I'm sorry. Seth or Tech Priest Dick, just tell me, does he have a wound cap? Does Angron have a wound cap kind of like Az?
No.
No,
he's raw dogging it. Yeah.
All right, cool. I respect that.
But clearly the gimmick is he can res. You can just res him back up and throw him on the table somewhere.
Is it a guaranteed res, or is it on a roll of a dice?
It's a guaranteed, baby.
Ooh.
Multiple time guaranteed res.
I am a long-time World Eaters player now.
No, you picked your army.
I haven't played a faction in a tournament this season.
Seth has been playing Angron since forever.
Since the beginning of the day. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, they do leak a ton of rules like the blood tithe, the Zerkers getting to move after they get shot, which is super cool, and you can go into combat, so you don't actually have to roll to charge. What? Cool. There is just so many cool rules. What else? Their damage output is ridiculous. They don't show all the rolls. They do try to keep the battle reports, which, by the way, they do a great job. These battle reports are really well done. But the damage output of the army, he was tabled by end of 4. his
cool.
opponent. So yeah, super awesome.
It's cool
That's
that
weak.
that's
I'll
another. I
table
guess
World Eaters in 2.
Yeah, blah, blah.
it's cool that this is another like added value to Warhammer Plus. Like, a lot of people know Warhammer Plus gets, you get some cool little videos and you get some cool, painting out concepts, but to get like, I guess, rules leaks from GW through these battle reports.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
quite
sweet.
ingenious of them, it really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, guys, we're going to jump really fast into other non-FLG events that are coming up really quickly. Cherokee's in February. That's
that
about a
is an
month
FLG
after.
event.
Yeah, I
to
was
be
gonna
clear
say
about
it is FLG.
You mean non-LVO events?
Oh, sorry, non-LVO. I can't
It
speak.
was
Guys,
like,
I'm running.
This is really actually wrong.
Please, hey, if you're listening right now to chat, send me cereal. I've been going on overdrive. I'm running
Oh.
low. My blood sugar is
Kicker.
dropping. Yeah,
You should try my friend.
Mountain Dew.
We are not
Mountain
sponsored
Dew.
by Mountain Dew. Not that we won't be. So if Mountain
If
Dew,
you
if you're
want
watching,
it,
if you want
Mountain
to
Dew,
sponsor us,
PepsiCo, you want in?
Yeah.
You let me know.
You let us
I'll
know.
make it happen.
We're there for you.
Can we please also get Kellogg's in?
Yeah,
please?
yeah,
Like,
Kellogg's.
Yeah,
sure.
Kellogg.
Why the
I
hell
can use a
not?
Frosted
Not
Flakes.
General Mills.
But you need to have a box though. You have to
Wait,
bring
who
a
makes
box.
Captain Crunch? Let me go look.
Captain Crunch is Quaker, dude.
Quaker, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, it's Quaker, right? I should know this. I don't eat Captain Crunch that often. Or is it General Mills? No, it's Quaker. Who makes Captain Crunch? Guys in the chat, who makes Quaker?
It's Quaker Oat Company.
Okay, it's
Correct.
Quaker Oat. Yeah,
Quaker Oat Company, a subsidiary of PepsiCo.
Oh, it's meant to be. It's totally meant to be. All right.
All right, there we go. No, but seriously though, like, I could use some Frosted Flakes right now. Like, really badly need Frosted Flakes. It's been a long couple of weeks of a lot of hours. So yeah, Seth and I, if you see Seth, get him a Mountain Dew. If you see me, slide me some cereal. All right, so Cherokee. This event
Baja
is in
Blast
February.
gives Anger on the energy to come back to life 3 times. Kelsey, yes.
Yeah, so much.
That is what powers corn. Baja Blast.
And blood.
Baja Blast. So Cherokee, guys, this is the event at the end of February. This event is massive. I mean, we are blown away now. We're fortunate the hall is very large. We can keep on adding players, but what's not unlimited is actually the hotel rooms. Our entire hotel room block is totally sold out. I had no idea. It seemed like in the past 3 weeks, all of a sudden the event went from being a decent sized event to just being massive. So the 40K champs is huge. Legion is almost sold out. So it's we only have so many Legion tables. But the point is, Cherokee is going to be a big event. The hotel room block is sold out. Stop messaging me. I'm already aware of it. I'm trying to add in a few more rooms. If we add more rooms, it won't be that many, but we should be able to add a few more right after LVO.
Let me hop in here, Kicker, because last year I took my wife with me to Cherokee, which was the first FLG event that she has gone to me with. And today, I was bugging her about it because some of the local guys I know were saying, "Hey, who's bringing their spouses? We need to get all of our spouses together." And my wife got the time off, and she was like, if you would have asked me last year, like, why would I be excited about going to a casino in like Tennessee? But like, she's already planning, like, okay, I'm gonna take a day trip. I'm up there to go see my friend in Tennessee, and then I'm gonna book these restaurants and this spa stuff. So she's like all about it. So
nice.
It's a good little vacation for the family if you can get them all into it.
Yeah, you got the bowling alley, you got the Smoky Mountain National Park right there. You got a lot of options to keep you entertained. So yeah, Seth, thank you for your vote of confidence in Cherokee. Cherokee was the first time was last year. This year's our second year, and it's already substantially bigger. And we still got LVO. Usually, there's a big bump after LVO for all the events following it. So after LVO last year, after LVO this year, I have no doubt you'll see a huge bump. So if you do want tickets to Cherokee or Rocky Mountain Open or BAO, get them like now, because right after LVO they probably will sell out. Speaking of Rocky Mountain Open, guys, that event is also very limited in tickets left. Most of the events, so there's only 3 events. 2 of the events, Age of Sigmar, I think, got like 3 tickets left. Legion is sold out. 40K has got like a handful, like 5 or 6. I think the basic tickets are already sold out for 40K. Rocky Mountain Open, new venue for us in Denver. We don't have any space to expand. When it's sold out, it's sold out. That's it. So I think we have like 3 more premium tickets left, and that is it for the Rocky Mountain Open. Following that, in May, we have the BAO, and that one is very limited in the room block. So we do have quite a few, tickets left in that. The event's brand new. We just went live, but the room block itself was super discounted. San Francisco, not a cheap city. You kind of want to take advantage of that room block. So yeah, that's San Francisco. That's in May over Memorial Day weekend. Now, Seth, we need to get into the LVO. Actually, we should get in the FLGN first. We should talk about FLGN.
But the FLGN very nicely dovetails into the LVO, so we're good.
All right, let's do it.
This week I already told you, Grim kind of had a little AMA with Val because we actually launched the FLGN streaming website. So if you go to flgn.org, That takes you to the landing page on Frontline Gaming's website with all of the information about all of the streams, not just our stream, but all the other people that are going to be streaming there, along with the schedules. All the information you're going to need is right there. So FLGN.org, nice and easy to remember.
Do you know some of the other streams you could just rattle off? Some of the
Yeah,
games. I know we
Joe
have
from War
40K.
Games Live is going to be there. GW's doing AOS.
Yeah.
We've got Kill Teams being streamed. I can actually go to the website right now and tell you. I know a few other guys that I was talking to and planning stuff, but I can go pull the list right now.
The Kill Team stream is insane, guys.
They are
that
a bit
guy's
crazy.
awesome.
For such a small game with so few models, their stream is very big and impressive.
Also, we'll have Spanish and French language coverage of the championship rounds. So that's awesome. We have Marvel Crisis Protocol being streamed, Kill Team, X-Wings being streamed, Star Wars Legions being streamed, A Song of Fire, Ice and Fire is being streamed. So lots and lots and lots of streaming, and that's where you can find the links to all that stuff and kind of bounce around between what you want to watch for the weekend. So it's one kind of nice central hub there. Kicker, were you responsible for the Faces of the LVO 2023 picture?
Yeah, it was, right? Have you seen that?
Because you managed to end up at the top of the L.
Oh, yes. I've got a huge ego, so I'm always going to put myself front and center whenever possible.
Guess who didn't end up in there at all?
I actually didn't do this. I just asked the graphic designer to put this. Who?
Me.
What?
I'm not in there at all.
Are you serious?
I think someone put Dustin Henshaw in there and then assumed Dustin and I were the same person. We just did the same. We did 2 shows a week under a different name.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to talk to Jake and our graphics team and say, hey, like,
I'm in there. I'm underneath the first 2. I'm in the bottom.
I'm sure you are.
I'm the little tech.
I'm sure you are.
In all fairness, Seth, we have about 250 people somehow involved on the back end.
I really wanted to make a joke about Dustin and I being the same person.
I'm sorry. Well, you should be in there. We'll just replace the Necron face of the logo with you. I think
I'm sure Tech Priest could whip that up. He has lots of Seth faces.
Yeah,
lots of them.
Guys, if you are listening to our podcast, you're missing out on this beautiful The Faces of LVO. We have a ton of people that help make this possible.
Why do I see the edit buttons popping up immediately? Are you about to do this? I know what you're up to, Tech Priest.
But yes, we have this beautiful graphic trying to show, man, like show how many people we have, men and women from around the country, around the world, actually helping make the LVO happen.
All right.
It is, there's only a few people for
Stall.
Okay, so I'm apparently stalling now, so we can get some editing going on in here.
We have some notes in chat. Important note about LVO in Vegas. Lucky Charms is less likely a reference to that could be bad. I'm gonna stop.
Is Lucky Charms? That's not
Lucky Charms is likely a reference, more likely a reference to a person that charges by the hour.
I mean,
hey, there we go. That's a great image, Tech Priest.
You can be in the middle of the O.
Yeah, because my mouth is the center of the O.
The middle of the O is that.
There you go.
Yeah, so guys, if you do see this LVO 2023 graphic that shows some of the hardworking people that make this event happen, buy them a beer, buy them some cereal, whatever, give them a hug. Because
or if you wanted to support the stream, we have a few ways you could do that.
Oh, Seth, please tell people how that is possible.
Kicker today just sent me the images. I love that my picture stayed behind when the slideshow left. We will be launching a merch store, FLGN merch. That'll be going up, I believe, next Monday, Kicker said.
Oh, look at that. That is some sexy stuff.
Through Sunday. This stuff is just going to be made to order. So if you want any of this, it has to be ordered in the next week. And the way you order these things is by donating. So I believe, Kicker, you said a $50 donation gets you a shirt and a sticker, 65 gets you a hoodie and a sticker, and 100 gets you all 3 things.
Yeah, guys. So you're not buying a hat. You're really helping feed a hungry FLGN host, or helping.
I am very hungry.
So yeah. I mean, we're framing these more as donations towards FLGN, and you're going to get some really sweet, merch. Now there is a hat. There's a really sweet, like retro style mesh trucker, and a very soft hoodie. Every one of these comes with a decal as well, a nice bumper sticker, so you can show off.
And in spirit of what Val has been doing by explaining logos lately, we'll explain the choice on this logo, which is the N is red for recording.
Oh, wow. That's a genius. Who came up with this? So the logo, by the way, if you're listening, it's the FLGN logo, but we took the N from FLGN and made it red. Steph, that harkens to recording. It's easy to identify. It
this
gives
will
you a nice
all be
bold.
Available online as part of the online web store for Frontline Gaming.
It'll be a shop within our shop, and it'll be going live within the next few days.
As bespoke pop-up shop for 1 week.
And there'll also be some, of course, FLGN objective markers. Now, when this stream ends, when the LVON stream ends on Sunday, these are gone. So the idea is you got to do it then and help us out. And I should tell you, Seth, because I know you haven't seen these yet. This is like high quality merch here. We're doing really good stuff. I come from a background of manufacturing before I joined FLG, and I really pride myself in producing quality stuff. I know my stuff. Yeah. These are poly blended, beautiful shirts and hoodies. The hat has got character, personality with a nice high crown, short brim, quality stuff right there.
Speaking of other ways, we do have the official list now of all of the super chat amounts and perks that was given to me today. So officially, if you want to ask a question to the stream hosts, that's a $10 super chat. If you want to have your safe for work comments right out on air, I'm looking at you, Hunter Nichols, safe for work, $10 for that. If you want me or Dustin to go find one of your friends with our remote rig, that's a $50 donation. And I believe we are capping at that on, I believe it's 2 per round. So get those in early if you want those. And then if you just want to watch chaos ensue, Val has said he is willing to bring out the drone for a $50 super chat. So if you want drone cam,
this is such a bad idea.
This is a terrible idea.
I have absolute nightmares of that wrecking into some important game like round 5 or 6 and just just obliterating the table.
No one cleared this damn drone with me. What the hell?
You're right. No one did.
I have... Guys, Dustin and I are hardworking men. We will go find your friends without disrupting their table. If you want to watch Val pilot a drone,
if you want to be a jerk and to send a drone to crash into your friend while he's playing,
that's another thing. So anyway, that's what's going on in terms of the FLGN, which you can look forward to. This is our last show beforehand. So if you got questions about the stream, get it in here. If you got questions about the LVO, get it in here. But speaking of LVO, Kicker, you are all set with an LVO preview.
Yeah, so we want to try and go over some of the most important things. There will be, first of all, I'm going to say there's going to be a very lengthy post going up in the next day or so. If you're an attendee, if you've got a ticket, you'll get emailed, but it'll also be on our website, so you can go reference it easily. It will have all the information we're talking about tonight, and then some more, and plus graphics and maps and references. That will be on our site sooner than later, within the next, like I said, 1 to 2 days. But right now, we have the opportunity to take some questions and go over some of the highlights. First of all, guys, volunteers. We can always use volunteers on Thursday from 8 a.m. if you can be there at 8 a.m. or if you can be there at noon. Those are kind of the 2 chunks of time that we need people to show up. So if you can be there at 8 a.m. or be there at noon, we need help, and a lot of help. There's a lot to do to get the LVO ready for...
a lot of tables to set up.
We're talking thousands of tables. Now, we do have the tables themselves will be set up, but we need to put terrain on those tables, unroll mats.
That's what I'm thinking. I remember spending about 3 hours numbering tables.
Yeah. They got to be numbered. We need, and we guys, like, Frontline Gaming is of the community for the community. We need the community to help us make this happen. It is just, it is a monster task here, but we will get it done one way or another. So let's talk about some of the exciting things, though. Thursday night is early registration from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, important, you cannot enter unless you're helping, like part of our volunteer staff, unless you're helping. There's no entry before 4 p.m. A lot of events, you get to walk in, look at the hall, hang out. No, we have to cordon off the entire thing. There's a lot of stuff happening, like GW is getting their preview ready, stores are setting up, but so you can queue up in front of the registration. We have some like security holding, the line, I guess, there, but at 4 p.m. we'll open it up. If you are a VIP, and you know who you are, Henry Cavill, if you are a VIP, or if you are a high roller, or you've got access to a special registration line, you will see quite a few. Seth will vouch for me. There's quite a few people there trying to get in during early registration. You can pass all those people up. You'll see a big banner that says VIP registration. Come up there. I'll probably be there myself, probably with 1 or 2 other people. But you'll see basically skip the line, get your con badge, get all your pre-orders, and go right into the exhibit hall and go hang out at the little party happening there. The first people to show up. Oh yeah, by the way, the reason you go to pre-registration is so that on Friday, you're not having to go there and check in. Yeah, you can just roll out of a hotel room.
After that, then you can just roll in.
Yeah, you can just roll right in. So Thursday night, all your pre-order merch, in addition to your con badge, can get picked up. So if you got a package that includes a pint glass and a t-shirt and all that, you can pick it up on Thursday, bring it to your room. You don't have to carry it around with you all day Friday. All right. Now,
there's a question in chat. Where do you show off your older challenge coins.
Oh yeah. I promise we're gonna get to that. That is gonna be like item number 3 tonight. I promise.
While people are in line, you can expect myself and maybe Mr. Henshaw to be heading around, checking in on you, chatting. So we'll be saying hi and keeping y'all company and having a good time while we're all getting through the process.
Yeah. No, Seth is absolutely right, and Seth will have insider information. He can give you the best tactics to win the LVO. I don't know.
I can do that.
Be there. You can give people
Have
hugs.
you tried going first every game? Which army are you playing? A shooty army? Go first every game.
Professional tactics right there. So let's talk about this also. If you
want real professional tactics, you got to go to Vanguard Tactics. But
Vanguard
amateur tactics, I got you.
Yeah. Stephen Box's Vanguard Tactics Workshop. So, guys, get your con badge on Thursday. That's important. Plus, if you're in line early, the first people to get of their con badge are going to be getting free drinks. We have a very generous donation from a community member that has bought a lot of drinks for that Thursday night.
Ooh,
so
nice.
If you're one of the first people to get into early registration, you're going to get a free drink at the bar. We'll give you a little voucher. So thank you, Mr. Generous donor. Let's also talk about early shopping. There's going to be quite a few deals. I'm not going to list all the deals. They'll be posted tomorrow. You can see them online. There's quite a few deals from all the exhibitors for that Thursday night. So that's another reason to go for it. Demos, there's going to be Kill Team, action figure scale Kill Team demos going place.
That's amazing.
Right, dude? Right.
When is that?
So that's Thursday night in the exhibitor hall.
Okay, so I told you I was going to help schmooze the line.
Yeah, I think they're using the McFarlane size action figures.
That's immediately what my brain went to.
Yeah. And they're selling them too. They will paint them up for you, sell them. There's a really good group there.
What are you doing Thursday night, bud?
What am I doing? I'm trying to set up a stream, Seth.
They can have chaos, big chaos boys and my big orc boys, and we can fight each other.
Well, if we do everything early, I'm sure we can go play big guys. Yeah. Sure. Sounds great.
So there's also Kill Team regular scale under Warhammer, Warcry, and Underworlds as well. So some demos taking place. There's the Duncan Rhodes How I Paint a Space Marine seminar. That's a ticketed event, but that's a lot of fun. Duncan Rhodes will be there, and of course the Vanguard Tactics Workshop taking place that same time. Then following all that same Thursday night. So this upcoming Thursday, next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Say what?
A week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow, guys. A week from tomorrow. Unless you're listening to this podcast like tomorrow, then it's a week. And if you're listening on Friday, then it's a less than a week.
Stop. We're going to go down a circle.
All right. So we got the GW preview, guys. This is going to be one of the largest GW previews in recent time. I have gotten word that there's some very, very exciting things that are going to get released. I am not allowed to say anything more than that. But I'm pretty sure I know what they are. So really exciting stuff for the GW preview, but this is a ticketed thing. Now the tickets are free, but you have to have a ticket to get in. It's how we control the attendance. Now we've already sold 700 tickets, and by sold I said like people bought through our website. We as of yet, we added a few more. I don't know how many more we can add. We've already got, like I said, 700 people going in. So it's going to be a big GW preview. It will be in the 40K Champs, Age of Sigmar Champs Hall, that giant pavilion space. So you do not want to miss it. Important though.
It'll be a good time.
It closes at 8:30. If you're not in there before 8:30, the doors are closed and we don't let people in. We don't want people disturbing the preview. So once 8:30 happens, and if you're not in there, even if you've got a ticket, we're not going to allow you access. I am sorry. So the idea is get there, hang out, get a drink from the bar, go sit down, chill for a few minutes, and then enjoy the preview. There'll be new products. There'll be a huge announcement.
I do have a tip for all attendees.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
I had a dear friend last year that maybe overindulged prior to the preview, and it made it difficult for him to remain conscious during the preview. So don't get your swag on too early. All right, save that for post preview, guys.
Post preview. But guys, you are allowed to drink during the preview. This has been confirmed, so you can grab a drink or three and sit down and enjoy the preview. It should take about an hour or so.
Moderate yourself. After the preview, go hog wild.
Go hog wild.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
I didn't say his name.
Oh,
please.
Shoot.
And I've been asked, of course, and this is probably doesn't need to be stated, but no recordings, please, during the preview. There will be security going up and down the aisles looking for people recording. Got to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching. Got to remember that everyone, these con badges are really important. Con badges at the LVO, in case you haven't been, is a bracelet. It's one of those like silicone bracelets.
Yep.
There's different colors based off of your level of con badge. You got to wear your con badge at all times in the LVO. Like, yeah, you have to. All the judges know they have to pull, like that's part of their agreement with us. If they see you without a con badge, they have to pull you out. Of course, our staff is roaming, security's roaming. Wear your con badge once you're in the LVO. Just don't take it off the weekend. Take a shower with it. It's fine. It's silicone. You'll be fine.
Or you just take it off like a ring or something and put it on, your sink, and then put it back on after the shower.
Do that too.
Like a regular human being kicker.
Yeah, but we don't give a second con badge, right? A lot of people are like, oh, I forgot it in my room. Well, you got to go back up to your room and get it. We don't have extra combat. We don't have extra bracelets. And it's also a way to make sure that we don't people don't abuse that, right? So cosplay, Seth. Do you cosplay? Is that a thing you've done?
I haven't, but I've built weapons for them.
You build weapons for cosplay replicas. Well,
I guess if we get some green spray paint, I could cosplay.
That's a lot of green spray paint.
That's a lot of green spray paint. No, Seth, I think you should definitely be going as an orc at one event.
One day,
all in, man, all in. Well, Frontline Gaming really wants to begin rewarding cosplayers. So if you're in cosplay at the event, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, come up to the registration hall. We've got a little gift from us to you. So pick up one of those little gifts we'll be given. Next up is the grab and go breakfast. We talked about this earlier. At 7:30 a.m. every single day, there is food in the hall, and you do not want to miss out this grab and go breakfast. It's way cheaper and faster than going anywhere else in the resort. And I mean, the prices are fair. We're talking like $5 for a breakfast sandwich, and get some coffee too.
Which in Vegas is a very, very fair price.
Yeah. You're not going to find a better price.
Vegas
than that.
Can be pricey.
Vegas
prepared for that.
Can be pricey. There's also, of course, lunch and snacks served throughout the weekend. We're going to be having a map that will show the location of both the bars and the food in the hall, because the hall is massive. You're going to want to use this map to find your way. Judges are marked in various T's. If you're playing 40K, you have two tiers of judges. You have a purple jersey that is the head judges. Those are Frontline Gaming associated staff judges. And then you also have golden T's. Golden T's are used for all other events, as well as the assistant judges for the 40K champs. You can't miss them. They stand out. Those guys are there to help you. Same with the black staffed shirt. The staff shirts that are black. Those are all Frontline Gaming employees or streamers, and they can also help you. Guys, don't be afraid. We're very friendly. We want to help you get yourself get around. But there is signage as well to assist. There'll be maps and signs helping direct your way around. Seth, are you going to be sporting your fancy FLGN?
I have multiple polos now.
Okay,
so
good.
I won't be one stinky polo for the weekend. I promise you, people. I have multiple polos, so yes, I will be rocking the polos. So you can find me in that.
Cool. Now, guys like Seth, guys like myself, we're wearing these black polos or black staff tees. We are not judges. No matter how many questions you want to ask us about format or rules or deployment,
you want to ask me about food or bathroom, I got you.
Yeah. We can tell you what the good bathrooms are. But
if you want to tell me, does this thing have line of sight? I got no clue.
No clue. So and this happens all the time. People come up to the registration desk trying to get some sort of rules clarification. We have to stay in our lanes and not try to step on any of the judges' call. But look for the judges. There's a lot of judges, and they're wearing these yellow shirts.
Yep. And they should be easy to find for your events.
Yes. Pre-orders. Seth, I know you're a big fan of all the Frontline Gaming merch and all that pre-ordered stuff. That stuff all has to be picked up before 10 a.m. on Sunday. We always have to clarify this, make sure people realize if it's not picked up by 10 a.m. Sunday, it's considered unclaimed and will be resold or whatnot. So if you've got your pint glasses or anything cool like that, grab it, especially the high roller packages, man. You do not want to lose out on those.
You do not want to forget that.
Yeah. So pick it up by 10 a.m.
You also don't want to carry that around the con every day. So if you're getting a high rollers package, you really want to pick it up before you're heading around for the day so you can put it back in your room.
Exactly. Thank you, Seth. 100%. So finally, now let's talk about those challenge coins that chat was asking about. Seth, do you want to describe how challenge coins work for those that are not familiar with
So if you've gone to any FLG event since when? When's the first time you did it?
Atlantic City 2021.
So since 2021 at Atlantic City, every FLG event that you've been to, Kicker has been handing out FLGN challenge coins, which have been a different coin for every event. And I believe we were the first group to be doing challenge coins for our events. And if you bring those coins to subsequent events, you get special swag.
Yeah.
And so Kicker has a big plan for this time. So what's the plan for this time?
So, at every Frontline Gaming event, you get some sort of cool perk with your challenge coin. For LVO, it's special though. If this is your first time ever getting a challenge coin perk, so you've only ever been to one Frontline Gaming, it could be like LVO last year, right? It doesn't make a difference. If you got one challenge coin and this is your first time bringing to LVO, we're going to give you what we call our Tour of Duty gift. This is a really sweet shot glass. There's the same shot glass we gave last year for the people that had one coin. So it's kind of our little, hey, thank you for, coming and joining in with us, right? Now, if you have 3 or more coins from 2022, so we can't count 2021 coins, 2022 coins, you're going to be getting our another gift, a little special swag from us. I can't. They're glasses. Yes. Those really cool glasses.
Are they?
Oh, they're even better than that. They're even better than that. Yes. So they're
better than that.
They are better than that. Yes. Wow. So we will have some special swag for you if you have 3 or more coins.
Does it come with a free Heffelfinger? Like actually Mr. Heffelfinger escorting you around all day?
Right. Now I got to tell you, if you've only got 1 coin, 2 coins, it doesn't make a difference. For every 1 coin you have, you get entered into our challenge coin raffle at the LVO.
Sweet.
So the more coin, if you got a bunch of coins for 2021 and 2022, you have more entries into this raffle.
Right. And what do people get as potential raffle prizes? Kicker.
Okay, right. Let's go for this, guys. Duncan Rhodes has got that paint set, right, Seth?
Mm-hmm. He does. He does.
Very hard to find.
I hear it's good, but hard to find. Yes.
Yes, good, but very hard to find. Well, guess what? We got an entire set of it, not 1 or 2 little bottles, an entire set of the Duncan Rhodes paint set. That is one of the prizes. Another prize, you know them, you love them. That's what I use personally, is the Artist Opus brushes. There's a set of Artist Opus brushes in those beautiful like wood boxes they come in and all that. So very nice brushes. And then prize number 3, and this is the big one. We're talking over $1,200 worth of Song of Ice and Fire minis. Basically, it's all the starter sets for all.
I hear that that game might be blowing up a little bit.
Yeah, the game is blowing up. The game is made by Simon. It is totally sold out at LVO. We're bringing it to Cherokee. This game is on fire right now. Not ice, it's on ice.
See what he did there?
Yeah, right?
It's cool as ice.
It's cool as ice and it's hot as fire. Right there we go. Well done, Seth. Yeah. No, this game is really popular. It's what can I say? It's popular, and we're really excited because we're bringing a Song of Ice and Fire to all the Frontline Gaming events, most of the events for 2023. So those are the 3 challenge coin raffle prizes. So come check that out. But hey, guess what? What if you're an international guy and you've never been to a Frontline Gaming event before, so you don't have a challenge coin? What happens, Seth?
I don't know. What happens, Kicker?
It's okay. You're international. You don't have to show us your passport. Just tell us that you flew in from overseas outside of the U.S. Show us your passport. Maybe actually, no, screw it. You don't have to show us your passport, but just tell us.
You have to have an interesting accent.
You have to. There we go. Seth will be checking accents at registration.
And I'll be able to weed out the fakers.
You'll be looking for the fakers. So if you have an interesting accent, you flew in from overseas, Frontline Gaming really wants to thank you. We really appreciate people making these massive trips here. LVO is really an event.
We do have a lot of international crew coming in.
We have a lot. We got a lot of people coming from all over Europe. Got quite a few Australians. I'm kind of surprised. I'm like, what? I got reached out by the Australian guys reached out to me. A lot of people coming from the UK as well. Some Canadians. So,
I even know of a Hawaiian coming.
Oh yes, I think I know of at least one Hawaiian. So yeah, and that's international in our book. So if you're making a big trip. If you're making a big trip to come to the LVO, Frontline Gaming really wants to show appreciation. So come on to the registration desk, and we've got another little gift for you, just as a way of saying thank you. Also, speaking of surprise gifts, a very Nurgle obsessed community member. You guys, if you're in our chat, you've probably seen him before. Seth, you've probably talked to him a few times. This guy loves FLG. He loves the FLGN, and he is going to be randomly walking the halls throughout the LVO, handing out drink vouchers. It's a very sweet gesture.
I really love that Nurgle Matt, but I also now wonder. I'm just like a Nurgle inspired person handing around walking out gifts.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what?
Sus.
Make sure you got your COVID shot. All right, just say. Yeah. No, Seth. Seriously though, like it is really cool that this community member is just
really cool, Nurgle Matt. Good job.
Yeah, walking down the hall, and now he obviously will be looking for Nurgle themed armies, both Age of Sigmar and 40K. But if a randomly nice human being swings by, gives you a drink voucher, you can thank Mr. Nurgle there. Awesome. Seth, we got a few other little things I want to talk about. Surprises. Gamers Grass, their staff. Gamers Grass. I don't know if you know this, but they're from Spain or Portugal. They're from Spain or Portugal. I'm not sure which one.
They're international.
Thank you, Seth. They're international. They're coming in and they're going to be doing the same kind of thing. They're just walking the halls they have like boxes. They showed up at our warehouse, boxes of Gamers Grass Tufts, and they're just going to be handing them out to people they think are cool. Maybe it's a cool army. Maybe it's an army that needs a little help with its basing, but they'll be walking down, randomly giving out some cool stuff. So yeah, basically there's a lot going on throughout the event, whether you're playing or just spectating. Look for these people. Seth, why don't you talk about the streamers? What's going on with the streamers? We have quite a few things happening during the
So
LVO.
I already covered us, the FLGN. We have quite the schedule for you guys. We have at this point, Mr. Camilleri and Mr. Falcon will be our main commentators, but we will have myself and Mr. Henshaw doing field reporting, John Quinnell and Danny McDevitt doing some in between round segments and also helping out on the sideline and in the booth when needed. We've got the lovely Tech Priest Dicky sweating away in the background,
I'll be there
constantly
24/7. Yeah,
trying to keep the trains running. And we have Tanya Gates, who'll be helping the moderation team and helping as the producer for a lot of the field content.
Yep.
The list goes on and on. If I forgot someone, I'm sure we will name them when we're on the stream. But it's a big team, and I'm really excited to see the product we will put out. I think it's Tech Priest. Is it too bold for us to say this will be the best stream that we've put on?
I don't think it's going to be too bold. I think this will be the best Frontline game.
This will be. All right. I love the confidence.
We have such cool technology, and we actually know how to use it. So
the Tech Priest and the Sir Val have done several test weekends already, getting all of the gear running. So that's exciting. We have Joe from War Games Live. He's also going to be covering tables at the LVO Champs, which is great because then that means you get to see kind of in-depth coverage of 2 games that you can pop between if you want.
We may or may not go raid him every once in a while.
Ooh, we could raid him.
We could raid him.
Like physically or Twitch wise.
I think
because I'm able to do both.
Do both.
We do both.
There's an entire possibility I might hop on his streams to give his stream some sideline reporting. You never know. We've got the lovely Paul Murphy from the Thursday show is going over to help out GW and do the AOS coverage.
Yeah, that's very important to say, Seth, because this is the largest Age of Sigmar tournament of all time. I mean, we have the largest tournament for 40K, Age of Sigmar, Star Wars Legion, MCP. You know, a lot of the largest tournaments ever are taking place this upcoming weekend, at LVO. But yeah, GW will be running the Age of Sigmar stream. And it, like you said, Seth, it will have Paul Murphy. Do you know if Nick's going to be hopping on that as well?
I think Nick's playing in 40K.
The cool. 40K event.
When I was going through the 40K stuff, because background information, I've been pulling data on prominent players. I saw Nick's name on that. So
cool.
But we've got the professional casuals are doing Marvel Crisis Protocol. Gold Squadron's doing X-Wing. There's also going to be Legion and Kill Team streams like we talked about. So basically, if you want to go in depth on any one game, check that out. You can find all that stuff there. I'll be roaming the halls pretty much constantly. They quote unquote gave me some off time, but I'm probably still just going to be roaming the halls during that period anyway. So
just tracking
and guys, come say hi. Seth will be roaming the halls. I'll be at the registration the entire time. Come say hi. We love
every once in a while. I think a Tech Priest might run out from behind the curtain with a chain axe.
You'll see me every once in a while.
So guys, if you see Seth, Tech Priest, Dickie, myself, we love seeing our community members. It's so rare that we get to see so many of you at the same time. So come say hi. We'll give you a hug. If you got some cereal, we will happily take it off your hands.
I think we will have a limited number of the Shrek and Donkey stickers still. So as long as supplies last, come get those from us.
Yeah, Seth, I'll let you hold on to those because I'm sure you'll get bombarded quickly. But
I'll give you a handful to start, and then you can come back if you need more.
So we'll have some of these limited edition Seth and Donkey Signals from the Frontline stickers.
Seth and Donkey. I don't even get Shrek.
Shrek and Donkey. Sorry, I couldn't help. It was an accident. Yes, we'll have stickers though. But no, seriously, guys, that's what makes LVO so special is getting to see all your friends, both new and old. So come and say hi. We love seeing you guys. Seth, do you want to talk about the competitive side of LVO?
Yeah. Maybe? So I went through, last week we did the last big rankings update. There was a little bit of movement in the top 10 of the ITC with Mr. Mike Porter hopping up to number 3 after a good performance this past weekend, but still basically anyone in the top 10 of any of the 4 big categories that's in attendance at LVO has a chance to take their top spot for, 40K competitive, 40K hobby track, AOS competitive, AOS hobby track. So I decided I wanted to go through and look at all of our faction races for 40K and start to, now that we've got the list of players, start to dial in terms of what is going to be some faction races that are decided at LVO. And by that, I mean faction races that are close enough that winning or even just getting high placing in LVO will shift you into the lead. And then we have multiple attendees that are in competition there. So there were some faction rankings. For instance, Chaos Space Marines looks like it's a close race, but the only player that's actually playing Chaos Space Marines at LVO is the number 3 Anthony Vanilla, and the number 1 and 2 are playing different factions or not attending. So I didn't include that. So these are the ones where we have multiple attendees in competition. The number 1 on our list kicker, Guard.
Yeah.
Yep. Brent Urbanowski has been leading the way. He's at a 798 score, but he's followed closely behind
Can
by
you use his real name, Seth? His real name, please.
Brett Urbanowski.
No, the real name. It's the Catachin.
The Catachin.
Thank you.
Yes. Dirk, I can't pronounce your last name, buddy, but I'll give it a try. Herekowitz is at 776 and Zach Como is at 759. All three of these gentlemen are in attendance, and we're talking about a 40-point difference between top and bottom. LVO's got a lot of points in it, so if one of these guys manages to go 5-1 while the other two go 4-2, that could put them in the lead. So close race there. We'll be following that throughout the event. The next closest race, are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Demons.
Oh.
Brent Simmons is in the lead with 807, but he's followed closely by our Icelandic friend Haidar Stefansson.
Wow. So close,
at
yeah.
793. And both of them are right now taking demons to the event. Next up, Chaos Knights. Our number 1 player, Ben Hampshire, is at 807, but he is not in the rolls for LVO at this point. So it doesn't appear that he's going to be in attendance. So that means our number 2, Lee Harris, is at 805, and our number 3, Kevin McCormick, is at 797. So it's a race between those two.
Dude, they're super close too.
Yep.
Jeez.
Another super close race. And then our newest race to the 40K scene, Votan, actually has a close faction race as well. Our number 1 is Nicholas Olson Johnson at 669, followed closely by Shane Watts at 641. So a good placing by either one of those gentlemen could definitely catapult them into position. So definitely a race to watch. And then the big daddy, the one that I was super excited to see, NIDS. This is like the last rodeo for NIDS before the Nerf bat hits them hard with points and rules. So the number 1 NIDS player is David Gaylord. It broke my heart to find out that David Gaylord is not bringing NIDS. He's bringing chaos. He's sitting at 966. Right on his heels, number 2, John Lennon, 954. And right behind that, number 3, Innes Wilson at 948. All three of these guys are in the top 10 of the ITC.
Wow.
John, I've confirmed with him, is bringing NIDS. Innes is bringing NIDS. So we're talking about the difference of, which one of these guys, if they're top 10 players, they could both make the top 8. It's who goes deeper. It's not even a case, if you win it all, great, but it's who goes deeper. And I personally would love the narrative of a mirror match at the end between those two somehow. If it came down to John Lennon versus Innes Wilson, NIDS on NIDS to win the NIDS crown, wouldn't that be awesome?
I love it, man. I love it. Do you know, maybe you got some insider info, Seth? Why is David not bringing NIDS? Is he because he feels more confident with Vic,
number 1, and I think now David's down to like number 3 or 4 with Mike moving up. They both went with mixed chaos. They think that's got the best chance into the field.
Okay, cool.
They are very much, both of those guys will go with whatever is the best. They're very flexible. They're not faction specialists, so to speak, where they're going to just grind out with that one faction, good or bad.
Cool.
So it definitely takes a lot of talent to be able to jump between those armies. And if they got the reps in and feel like that's their best shot, that's what they're going to do.
Cool. Yeah, no, so kudos to them, man. Yeah, no, they're making a tactical decision here. So
yeah. I mean, I would have loved to see David versus John versus Innes NID battle to death, and in the end, Orcs win. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But it's still going to be a great race to watch. So we can check in through those races throughout the weekend, which will be kind of fun in those earlier rounds to keep an eye on them and see who's kind of neck and neck, who drops a game first, that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun there. So That's all I've got in terms of that update. I have a lot of players on my list of players to watch and gather data on. I do have to give a big shout out for the helping of collecting all this data, because right now, between myself and Mr. Henshaw, we've got about 36 names of players that kind of pre-event we wanted to do some data research on. And so we were able to pull like what country are they from and what's their ITC rank. But the guys over at Stat Check really helped us out. They stepped in and they've been able to give us win percentages on every one of those players, main factions for the season, every one of those players, and notable event placements, which is going to be great because we can actually put like a player stat card up on screen if we go to one of these players in the field or on the main stage. So
cool.
I'll give them some more love when we're at the event as well. But just know that those guys are working hard for us behind the scenes as well to get that data so that you can get the most professional coverage we can give you an event this size. And this is going to be a big event, Kicker. There's like over 900 people in the BCP right now.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm sure more tickets than
we're getting people still trickling in because there's people we've not actually added to BCP, but they've submitted their list manually just via email. So we actually are still trickling people in. Like
it's not done yet, because I think a lot of the hiccup was people bought a ticket and then sold a ticket and then wires got crossed and
a lot of
got
transfers. There was a hiccup with BCP in terms of the back, like not
back end transfers.
Yeah.
So like if you transfer a ticket, like sometimes the token didn't get sent to the new person.
Yeah. And we're talking about so many people. So even if there's just a 10%,
and I know a ticket transfer that happened like earlier this week. Like some people are literally last minute grabbing those tickets from someone who can't make it. So
so we've been jumping things all around. I can try to pull up BCP. Last I looked, like it was just under 1,000 people in the event, and most of those people, of course, have their list submitted. There are people. Remember, there's a lot of while Seth, you and I and Tech Priest, we're all familiar with BCP, and we've been to many events. There's a lot of people that go to LVO that don't go to events that often and are not familiar with
this
BCP.
Is like their big party weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so listen, everyone can enjoy the 40K champs however they want.
Yep.
But there's a lot of people that just aren't familiar with this system. So, Frontline Gaming really has to help them get in. So we accept their list via email. We have to manually load them into BCP.
Yep.
And that's a process.
I've literally watched Adam Solis do that for people at this point.
Yeah. We have, I think it's 10 judges just for 40K, and they're all helping take one guy at a time. We have to verify he has a ticket, figure out if he's given his token to someone else or hasn't given his token to somewhere else, where the disconnect was, look at his list, like submit his list, take his list. Like sometimes it's just like a photo of like a piece of paper. And like, oh, geez, now we have to manually input that. So we're slowly trickling people in. But
I apologize in advance to Mr. Jeremy Atkins of StatCheck if people put paper lists in.
Yeah.
Because he's the man that literally goes through and reads all those lists and does all the data.
I'm seeing somebody's messaging me right now about question about like adjusting things regarding their team on BCP. Guys, a lot of the time your team will auto-populate based off your email address in BCP.
Yeah,
but
like the first thing you registered as ever.
Yeah, right. But if you're having issues still, like if you're right now looking at the roster in BCP and your team's not correct, on Friday, go to any one of the judges and they can just manually change you right then and there.
I've had that problem many times, and the judge staff is able to change it. So just leave it up to them.
And there's a big old banner in the 40K Champs Hall that will say judges. Just walk right over there and they will square you away.
Perfect. All right. Kicker, I think that's it for tonight, man.
I think that's it, guys. Before we head on out, I just want to say this is a massive event. This is the Las Vegas Open 2023 is bigger than any other event we've ever done. It's significantly larger than last year. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. We can't wait to see you all. But I have to say thank you, because to get to this point has been a team effort from people literally around the world, all helping. Seth, you're gathering data from the Stat Check guys. It's streamers all over helping us. It's just people offering to help unload the trucks. It's a huge team effort, and it's so cool that we're this close to creating this massive event that is, the season finale of the ITC for and not just for 40K, right? Think about all these other game systems are massive. I just found out today we have the largest kill team tournament ever in the world. Like what? What? I didn't even know this was happening. Like, I know
kill team Tech Priest, weren't the kill team like the guys that were there after us in the shadow round somehow?
They play hard, those guys.
Yeah, they go forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you think you're a badass because you play 40K like competitively. Wait till you see the kill team guys. These guys are like serious, and it's awesome, right? So kill team, it's massive. Legion is the biggest event ever in the world. So really, these large. I think
it's the biggest AOS event in the world.
Biggest AOS by a long shot. So it's really exciting, and I just from on behalf of Frontline Gaming, I want to thank everyone who's helped get us to this point. So let's Seth, Rich, and I will see you guys all next week. And,
Yeah.
and please come say hi, and we'll give you a hug. We just want to say thank you for your support and your
Yeah,
help.
for sure.
And yeah, can't wait. It's just a few more days. Seth, do you want to take us out? You got anything else you want to say?
That is it, man. I'm super pumped. This is our last episode before the event because next Wednesday we're all flying. Everyone on this show and everyone behind the scenes is on a plane heading to Vegas. So this is it for us. So thank you so much for joining us. We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Signals on the Frontline. Have a great week, and we will see you at the LVO X.